you had two other partnerships that I just want to highlight. One was your straps are something else. It's just incredible. And you were telling me how you've been working on that. And I know that there's a lot of exciting stuff coming up. We cannot tell you right away, but I know there's a lot coming up. Then there was the movement, which was with Kenisi. And then you brought in a partnership with, or Mr. Biver was associated with the brand. He's a legend in our industry. And that's been, you were telling me that that's how that's added value to the brand as well.
Yeah, huge value. And you know what, it gave the whole project, for me also, that moment where I said, okay, that dream of actually doing something that could inspire a bit in our industry. When Jean-Claude said, I see something in this brand, and it was in the midst of COVID, and it was April 2020, we had 1.5 years in the books. So we're really talking baby steps at the time. And he said, I see something here that's young, that's fresh, that's dynamic, and he wanted to make a watch with us. And literally, or inspire us. And he said, call me back tomorrow, think about it. I didn't have to think about it. I said directly, I don't have to think if you want. But he said, no, call me tomorrow. So
sleep over it.
I slept over it. I took the phone, I called him, I said, Jean-Claude, really, it's an honor, and we want to do this, and we want to make a great watch. And it took us 2.5 years, but we have the wild one. And
I love it.
It's so comfortable. You don't feel it.
And the thing about the watch is that you don't see the magic of it. And we were discussing this today, that it's an advantage and a disadvantage. The disadvantage is that you have to put it on the wrist, but the magic begins the moment you put it on the wrist. I tell this to everybody, just put it on your wrist and it's something else. Like, it's hard to capture these details
on a picture or even a video, even a movie.
It's not easy. And when you put it on your wrist, it's something else. Like, you can capture the image, but the feeling of this, it's impossible.
But that's really, we just
so hard.
We had a discussion in Zermatt with Christian Haag, and we had Andrew from Time and Tide, and they were all saying, it's crazy, man, lucky for you that you went into distribution. Because if this watch, you couldn't actually go to the retail and try it, you would have a hard time.
Exactly.
Because what really is unbelievable with this watch is when you wear it, the way it looks, the reflections of the dial, the different patterns that we have. And seriously, the goal was to have a sports watch that would be super comfortable, that you would wear with your own shoes.
Exactly.
I see we're wearing the same one. And just have a t-shirt look and you know, a good time. So I think, that's the wild one. And Jean-Claude brought that into our company. As you know, new materials, that's really where he excels. He said you're doing, you know, good designs, but materials, I don't see any special materials.
And there's so much innovation in this, right? It's not just a good looking watch with a good movement. There's a lot of innovation that's actually taking place. And to bring it at 5,000 Swiss francs, or in India, 4.5–5 lakh rupees, it's really a lot of watch for that money.
And you know, even just the NORQAIN cage, when I tell people that it's only 0.8 millimeters thick. So you can imagine how hard it must be for it to be this robust, that we can, you know, really put a lot of pressure on it. And we wanted this absolute sports watch. We tested it at 5,000 G. Of course, we needed a strong material to always hold that. The movement is one thing, but so really, I think that's what he brought in. And his, you know, what was, he didn't, in that way, was more an inspiration to show how somebody who's been that successful, for us, the young generation, to see how humble he has stayed.
Amazing.
And I think that's, for me, the role model, that I think whatever, you know, in good or bad situations, you will have both. Always good. But if you're in a good situation, don't forget that the bad one is coming again. So, and stay humble. So that's Jean-Claude Biver for me.
I think, you know, and I tell this to a lot of people that I work with as well. The last 2 years have been amazing for the watch industry. I think a lot of young people are realizing the value of mechanical watches, but it still means that we need to keep our head down, feet on the ground, and keep making sure that we add value to everybody's lives who buy this watch. And one way I feel is that the watch must be something that can be passed down to the next generation, that stays there for a long time, that stays relevant. And what I noticed was the sheer investment coming from the brand, that impressed me because it means that the brand is here to stay.
Yes.
An example of this was the fact that as a very young brand, you're already doing boutiques. It means that the brand is there to stay, and it's not something that will disappear in 15 years
Yes.
or 20 years. And for me, that was impressive. Was that also some of the thoughts behind the boutiques? I saw the boutique in Singapore. There's one in Zermatt, which, by the way, is one of my favorite places. If someone goes to Instagram, half of my pictures are Zermatt. But what were the thoughts behind the boutiques?
I think the boutiques is an important, it's important to have that place. I noticed that a place where you go in and you really feel what the brand is about. And even for our partners,
yeah.
You know, even for you, when you go into our boutique, that you feel, hey, I know what this brand is. I can feel
it gives
the
me
core.
confidence.
Exactly.
I can feel the emotion.
So
I can feel the home of it. Yeah.
We are building a network of boutiques that will be very selective because we're so lucky. We have the best retailers, and we need to and want to really explore their new ways, how we can work. Obviously, we're also very open for boutiques with retailers.
Absolutely. Hopefully, we have a beautiful boutique here soon in the future.
That's
something that we'd love to do. Yes,
that's the goal. But no, I think that really for now the key is really to have a couple of boutiques to show the brand, and then to continue with our leading retailer network that we have to really build strong relationships and yeah, good success, because at the end I think we want to pay back the trust we received from everybody. It's something that I see as a huge motivation, a nice pressure, I would say, because I want everybody to be happy with the brand. So we continue to invest, and we will, yeah, there's good things coming.
Amazing. So final question, what is the future for NORQAIN look like? What are you most excited about?
I'm most excited to have 5 years in the books, have built a base, and now from this base to go where everybody would dream, because when you don't have a base, certain things are not possible. I dream of having our own manufacturing, a facility where we have all in-house, not separated. We have Tavan and Nidau today. I dream of further complications. I dream of split-second chronographs. This kind of I dream.
Course, yeah.
But for that we need the base, and now we have this base. It will allow us to choose precisely where we go, which are our next projects. So again, I'm super thankful for all the support. Thank you also for your support, and also of course to all our customers here in India. A huge shout out. Thank you for supporting us, to all our NORQAINers. I'm looking forward to meet you. I'll hopefully meet some of you tonight at the event, but it's great, and I'm really happy to be here. So thank you, Ben.
Thanks for taking all the time, and welcome to India again.
Thank you very much. Let's go and see the event.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Perfect.
Cool.